Welcome back. You just finished the first aspect of the three most important questions. The first question, which is, what experiences do I want in my life? And like most people, you've created a list of the beautiful experiences and feelings you want to experience on a consistent basis. Now today, we're going to ask the second important question. To be the man or woman with this remarkable list of experiences, how do I have to grow? Who do I have to become? I love this topic of growth. As I've mentioned before, growth should be a goal in itself, but we don't often think of growth as a goal. The reason is because our education system trains us that learning and growth is designed to help us pass standardized tests, to get into the right college, to get into the right job, to pad our resume so we have security. But this is not the real case. I believe that growth is a goal in itself. In other words, we attain incredible levels of bliss, of happiness, of emotional well-being when we can look back on who we were and see how far we've come, when we discover and unleash new levels of our own capabilities. We can study the Spanish language, not because we need to pass an exam, but because of the satisfaction of studying the Spanish language. We can have a regular gym routine and get fit, not so we can impress someone else with our body, but so we can feel the satisfaction of taking great care of our body. We can grow and become an entrepreneur, again, not for safety or the money, because we love what we're doing every single day and we are honing our skills and getting better at a craft. Growth can be a goal. So what you're going to do today is you're going to identify how you want to grow. Advice from spiritual teachers often suggests that growth is the number one thing you want to be doing in life. And towards the end of this program, I'm going to suggest that you dedicate between 20 minutes to an hour of your day every day to immerse yourself in personal growth. Why is this important? Well, Robin Sharma, who's one of the greatest business coaches and leadership teachers out there, told me that when he interviewed some of the most powerful, accomplished men and women around the world, the one thing they had in common is that they took their growth seriously. Robin suggests that we block out an hour every day. He calls it the power hour. And in this power hour, we dedicate ourselves to personal growth. Robin has a formula for this. He calls it the 20-20-20 rule. For example, you might spend the first 20 minutes exercising just to get your energy going and to keep yourself fit and healthy. You might spend the second 20 minutes in meditation or journaling. You might spend the third 20 minutes listening to a podcast or a Mindvalley Quest program. This is one of the reasons why all our programs have their lessons in 20 minutes. It's so easy to fit in. Now, it's not just Robin Sharma who speaks about this. Sri Kumar Rao, the great MBA professor and another teacher on Mindvalley, he's the author of The Quest for Personal Mastery. He said the number one thing missing from American business schools is that they seduce people into believing that their life is about their career. Rao came to me once and he said, I'm so frustrated by this. Business schools actually brainwash people. He said, the most important thing to understand is that your life is not about your job. It's not about your career. Your life is about your personal growth. Your job, your career, it's nothing more than the greatest vehicle for your personal growth. If your business fails, it doesn't matter. Did you grow? If your business takes off, it doesn't matter. Did you grow? When you adopt this idea of growth being number one, what you start to find is that everything else grows with you. But better than that, when growth becomes number one, then failure doesn't hit you as much because you start seeing how you grew from that failure. Failure becomes kensho moments to get you to the next level of being who you are. Now, I get that some of you might be going, well, how can growth be number one? My relationship is number one. My kids are number one. Once again, if you look at some of the greatest teachers out there, they would say no. Shafali Sabari, who teaches the Conscious Parenting Program on Mindvalley, clearly says, your children are not your children. You are not your children's teacher. Rather, your children are life's greatest teachers for yourself. Parenting is an act of personal growth. And when you grow yourself as a parent, you become a better parent and help your children live their best lives. Then there's Catherine Woodward Thomas, who's a Mindvalley teacher who teaches the conscious uncoupling protocol. She says that the point of a relationship is so that both parties are helping each other grow. And if that isn't happening, you shouldn't be in this relationship and you should consciously uncouple. I know that may be an advanced idea for some people to expect, but as you look at all the greatest philosophers out there, they all say the same thing. Your job is to grow. Your job is to maintain a high rate of self-evolution. And as long as you're focused on your rose, everything else in life is going to work out just fine. And you're going to be the best damn human being you can be. So this is what we're going to focus on today. If you have done the Lifebook Assessment, look at your wheel of life. You want to make sure that you're focused and setting goals for growth in the areas where you're weak. You see, in life, it is important to be well-rounded. You can't be super successful at your career, but be miserable in your relationship. Likewise, you can't be having the best love and sex life, but have poor emotional states every day, or be in a rotten state of health. You need balance for you to fully thrive as a human being. All of these categories connect. This is why this list and this exercise that you're about to do is so important. You're going to get really clear on who you have to grow into to be the man or woman who has all those remarkable experiences you put down. So I want you to pay attention to two things. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to first look at the list of experiences you put down and to look at the Wheel of Life results from the Mindvalley Lifebook Assessment. As you look at this, consciously try to identify areas you need to grow into. And in a moment, I'm going to give you 5 minutes to go deep and start listing down these areas in your 3 most important questions. If you feel you need more time, don't worry, you can pause this video. If not, we're ready to get started. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to start writing down and making a list of how you want to grow. Here's how it might look. Let's say in your experience bucket, you put down you want to drive a motorcycle across South America and explore all of the beautiful countries and cultures there for a month. Well, how you might need to grow to accomplish that is A, you might need to learn how to ride a bike. B, you might want to learn some basic Spanish. And C, you might want to figure out how to create a residual income source so that you have money coming into you as you're on this grand motorcycle adventure. Do you see how it works? Likewise, if you want to wake up every day next to the love of your life, you might want to learn how to meet, date, and attract the right people. And number 2, you might want to learn how to create and maintain conscious relationships. So, I'm now going to give you 5 minutes. Write down all the ways you want to grow. Look at your intellectual life, the books you're reading, the seminars you're taking. Look at exercise routines. Look at what you're eating. You want to look at growing in terms of your wisdom. This will impact your emotional states, so you're better able to access feelings of oneness and bliss. You might want to look at growing in terms of your character, being solid in your values and your beliefs, knowing what is good for you and how you can contribute to the world. Go ahead, get your pens and papers ready, and start now. Congratulations. You've now made your list of how you want to grow. Tomorrow, we're going to come to the third aspect of the three most important questions, your list for contribution. You're going to ask yourself the following question. If I'm someone with all of these beautiful experiences in my life, and I've grown to be this incredible man or woman of my dreams, how then do I give back to the world? But before I see you tomorrow, what I want you to do next is to start setting up your version of what I call Mindvalley time. Figure out how much can you put into your day every day to help you grow. I suggest an hour, 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes, just like Robin Sharma said. And in this Mindvalley time, you want to invest in things such as working out, eating healthy, meditation, journaling, and at least 20 minutes of going through a Mindvalley quest, reading, or listening to a podcast. When you establish this concept of Mindvalley time in your life, in my case, it's from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., just after I send the kids off to school, you will find that your life grows on an upward trajectory. If you cannot start with an hour, it's okay to begin with 20 minutes and then to start adding on more blocks of time. But once you commit to this, you want to stay committed. Because I can tell you, this will be the most powerful thing you do for yourself. And you will find that every other aspect of your life will grow with you. I know some of you might be saying, I'm too busy. I'm building a company. I barely have enough time for myself. There's a technical term for that, my friends. The term is bullshit. When you focus on your own growth, you start to be able to do more in every given segment of time. You'll be able to do more at your work in less time. I believe in this so much that we start our days at my company at around 10:30 to 11 a.m. So people have their mornings to focus on growth. And when you start doing this, you become so powerful as a human being that busyness begins to disappear because you're using abilities that transcend hard work, overwhelm, and busyness. But the choice is yours. You can continue being one of those people who is forever busy, working hard, and overwhelmed, or you can put yourself in a cycle of growth. And you will begin to untap the powers of the universe and your own soul to make your life flow effortlessly with ease while you become and continuously evolve into the best human being you are meant to be. Think about that. Set up your Mindvalley hour, and I will see you tomorrow.